Long ago in the kingdom of Israel, a name echoed through the land like a curse: Jezebel, a queen of unmatched wickedness, whose heart was steeped in idolatry, and whose hands were stained with the blood of the innocent. But what many forget is that her wickedness did not die with her. She passed it on to her daughter. Her name was Athalia, and her thirst for power would make even Jezebel shudder. Jezebel was the daughter of Ethbaal, king of the Sidonians and a priest of Baal. When she married King Ahab of Israel, she brought with her the poisonous worship of Baal and Asherah. She introduced idols into God's holy land, and used her power to silence the prophets of the Lord. But she didn't just silence them, she slaughtered them. With every altar of Baal raised, a prophet of the Lord was hunted. Jezebel saw the worship of Yahweh as a threat to her power, and so she crushed it. Prophets fled. Families hid. The righteous wept. But Jezebel laughed. When Naboth, a humble vineyard owner, refused to give King Ahab his vineyard, Jezebel forged letters in the king's name, accused Naboth falsely, and had him stoned to death. This was no mere woman. She was a storm of evil wrapped in royal silk. But even as Jezebel's wickedness grew, so did her daughter Athalia, watching, learning. Athalia was raised not on stories of David or Moses, but of Baal and manipulation. She saw her mother kill, lie, and dominate, and she admired it. Evil, when nurtured, blooms. And in Athalia, it bloomed to something monstrous. When Athalia married Jehoram, the king of Judah, yes, Judah, the southern kingdom meant to be faithful to God, she carried with her her mother's idols and her mother's darkness. Jehoram, under her influence, killed all his own brothers to secure the throne. The people mourned, but Athalia whispered to her husband that power was worth blood. The land of Judah trembled. Jehoram died a cursed death, and his son Ahaziah became king. Athalia's own son. But even a mother's love meant nothing to Athalia if power was at stake. When Ahaziah was killed after reigning only 1 year, Judah expected a new king to rise from the royal line of David. But Athalia saw her moment. She rose up, not in mourning but in wrath. She ordered the massacre of the entire royal family, her own grandsons. She hunted them down like wolves. Every child, every prince of the house of David slaughtered. Why? So there would be no heir, no threat. With blood in her eyes and a crown on her head, she proclaimed herself Queen of Judah. The people gasped. A queen? In Judah? Never before had a woman ruled the land. But Athalia cared nothing for history or holiness. She sat on the throne of David with blood on her hands and Baal in her heart. For 6 long years Athalia ruled with terror. She filled the temple of the Lord with idols. Baal priests roamed freely. The voice of Yahweh was silenced again. Judah was no longer the land of God. It was Jezebel's legacy fully realized. But even in darkness, God plants a seed of light. Unknown to Athalia, one of her grandsons had survived. A baby named Josh, barely 1 year old, had been rescued by his aunt Jehosheba, daughter of King Jehoram and wife of the high priest Jehoiada. She hid Josh in the temple of the Lord for 6 years, right under Athalia's nose. And while Athalia ruled and strutted in pride, the boy grew, guarded by priests, taught the laws of God, nurtured in the shadows. In the 7th year of Athalia's, he summoned the captains, the priests, the Levites, those still loyal to the Lord, and revealed the boy King Josh. They anointed him in secret and stationed guards throughout the temple. Then, in a moment charged with divine timing, they brought Josh out to the people and crowned him king. The trumpets blew. The people shouted, "Long live the king!" Athalia heard the cries and rushed to the temple. She saw the boy, the crown, the people, and she screamed, "Treason! Treason!" commanded, "Take her out of the temple. Do not let her die here in the house of the Lord." And outside the temple gates Athalia, the daughter of Jezebel, the queen of blood, was put to death. The land breathed again. The idols were torn down. The temple of Baal was destroyed. And 7-year-old Josh sat on the throne of David, a child of promise, a testimony that evil never outlasts God. Athalia's story is one of terror and power, of how evil passed from mother to daughter and nearly extinguished the flame of David's line. But God had a plan. He always does. In every dark age, He preserves a remnant, a hidden hope, a Josh in the temple. Let Athalia's tale be a warning to all who thirst for power above righteousness. And let it be a reminder God sees. God waits. And when the time is right, He strikes.